This is question 4 in the Chapter 11 homework, and question 5 is similar in terms of how you would approach solving it. Connect is asking for a specific format for your answer, and Connect is asking you to split out your amounts on a year-by-year basis. And so in the now column, that's today, and you'll put the cash outflows, the purchase of equipment, and the investment of working capital into the now column as negative amounts. And those don't have to be discounted to the present value because they're already stated in today's dollars. And therefore your discount factor would be 1, meaning whatever these numbers are, their total is the present value. Now for years 1 through 4, what you'll do is you'll look up at the figures that you're given. For example, the annual net cash receipts, in my problem they're $145,000 a year. Rather than solve it the way that I showed you in class, where you would calculate the present value of that stream of cash receipts by using the present value of an annuity table, instead we're going to put in the annual net cash receipts row $145,000 into columns 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to calculate the present value of those single sums after we total the amounts for each year. So the $145,000 is going to go into columns 1 through 4. The cost of the road construction, that's an amount that we're going to pay in 3 years. So that's going to go as a negative amount in the 3rd column. The salvage value of the equipment in 4 years, that's a positive amount that we'll receive in year 4. So it'll go in the 4th column. So once you get the figures as whole amounts in the applicable columns, you'll then total the columns. And then for your discount factor, you're going to go to the present value of a single amount table for each of the 4 discount factors. So the total amount with just 1 year as our period, and then go to the table and grab the factor in the 2 periods row, 3 periods row, 4 periods row. Okay, so you're putting different factors into each of these cells. And then finally, when you're done, you'll combine everything, all of the positive and negative present value amounts to get to the net present value. Now question 6 is different. Let's skip ahead to question 6. So in this question, you're asked to determine the net present value of an investment. And there are 3 components to figuring that out. So first, this person paid $24,500 for 950 shares of stock. That's a cash outflow. And even though we're doing this analysis 3 years later, so 3 years after purchasing the stock, we're going to treat this as though we knew what the cash dividend would be and we knew what the stock would sell for back when we originally purchased it. So that's what I think is confusing about this problem. So even though it's 3 years later and we've sold the stock, we're still going to pretend like we're calculating the net present value back when we first bought it. And so the $24,500, the purchase price, that's a cash outflow. And when we bought it, that was the present value of that cost. So we don't have to figure the present value of the $24,500. But the $893 annual cash dividend, that we do have to calculate the present value on. That's one of our cash inflows. And we'll do that with the present value of an annuity table. And then we also have to calculate the present value of the $31,000 that we sold the stock for at the end of the 3-year period. So we'll go to the present value of a single sum table, the 3-period row, and 16% for our annual rate of return. And then we'll add the two present value figures for these two cash inflows together, compare that to the $24,500 cash outflow. And if the cash outflow is greater, this net present value is going to be a negative number. And essentially what that means, if this is a negative number, is that she did not earn a 16% return on her investment. So you'll put the dollar amount here, rounded to the nearest whole dollar, and if it is negative, the answer to part B is no, she did not earn a 16% return on her investment.